Strategy Show. I'm Cordelia Kate, and this is a live interactive show that I run every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Each week, I teach one clear marketing strategy that you can actually use in your business. Everything I share on this show comes with practical tools, downloadables, all inside our brand new space called the Strategy Lab. I'm giving you step-by-step guides, checklists, everything you need to implement every single strategy that I'm sharing here. And you can come and get inside for free with a free 7-day trial, and then come say hi, drop in the comments that you're here with me live. If you're on the replay, give me a hashtag replay, and I will see you in a second. Hey, I'm Cordelia Kate, and this morning I woke up to a briefing that told me exactly which of yesterday's ideas were worth acting on and which ones I should throw in the bin. And 4 tools ran overnight, which enabled me to know what my tasks were going to be for today, what I needed to focus on, what my priorities are, based on what my goals are and what I'm trying to achieve right now. And today, I'm going to show you that whole system that goes from me WhatsApping my ideas, thoughts, and the things I just remembered I need to do on the go to my Claude AI agent in make.com, and ends up in Airtable, organized for me in the form of a morning briefing every single day. I'm going to walk you through the whole system that I built so that you can copy it and build one for you too. So welcome. This is the Marketing Strategy Show. I'm Cordelia Kate. It's great to have you here. I can see we've got quite a few people watching here on the live. So just want to give a shout out to you guys. Please ask me questions as we go through. This is going to be a big session. I've got a lot to show you. I'm going to let you into like the inner workings of my mind, and also into some back end how I run my business stuff. So I'm feeling a bit vulnerable right now, but I know you guys are awesome, and I'm sure this is going to be really helpful for you. So I'm willing to bare my soul. I can see that we've got Sugary Cove Crystals watching. Hello, and hello, Heather. Guys, if you're here with me on the live, please drop me a message. I want to feel like I'm with the rebels. I don't want to be on my own. So just let me know that you're here. That would be awesome. Pop a little comment, whatever platform you're watching from. We are live streaming currently on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Facebook. I think we're also in Mighty Networks and School. So yeah, really cool to be all over the place with you guys. I can see that we've got a few of you here. So drop me a message, say hi, and also ask me any questions as we go along. I'm going to be pausing to check in with you guys throughout this stream. So first and foremost, let's just say, if you are passionate about what you do, and if you're passionate about what you do, tell me, put it in the comments, say, I am passionate about what I do. I'm a passionate business owner. Drop it in the comments for me, because I see you and I know one thing about you, and that is that you have a list as long as your legs. And that list is not going to get smaller anytime soon, because so long as we are passionate about what we do, the ideas, they come to us on the go. They come to us in the shower. They come to us whilst we're walking the dog, whilst we're on the school run, whilst we're driving the car. The ideas never stop. However, how do you know which ones you should act on, which ones you should park, which ones are taking you towards your goals, which ones are taking you away from your goals? Honestly, how do you know which one you should follow? And when it comes to the ones that are a bit scary and you put it off, maybe it could be weeks and weeks that you keep putting it off, but it could be the one idea that if you implemented it right now, it would actually move you closer to your goals. But instead, what you do, like all of us, I do this, and this is what this system has fixed for me, is you focus on the busy work, the safe stuff, the stuff that just makes you feel like you're doing something, but actually isn't getting you towards your goals. It's just keeping you busy and keeping you stagnant and keeping you treading water in the Atlantic, out on your own, nowhere near the destination that you're trying to achieve. So this system that I'm going to walk you through today is going to help you prioritize all that stuff. It's going to help you figure out which ideas you should do, because actually they are taking you towards your goals. And next week, I'm releasing a video that's going to take this a step further. And I'm going to show you how to take the system that we build today and turn it into a daily money producing activities workflow where you spend an hour on the scary stuff. Because now you've got a system where all your ideas and tasks and projects are laid out. The scary stuff, the stuff that's actually going to get you becoming a well-known whatever you want to be with a huge audience and a bank balance to match, that stuff. I'm going to show you how we can then take what we do today and turn that into daily money producing activity, hour session as well. So I've got a lot to get through today. I'm going to crack on. We're going to share screen. We're going to open up make.com. Let me know in the comments, are you using make.com yet? I want you to type newbie or I'm using it already. It's a great, just let me know if you're a newbie. Let me know if you're using it already. So what could be the other word for new? We've got newbie and we've got love it. Newbie or love it. Maybe you're using it and you hate it. By the way, I'm loving to see that we've got quite a lot of people here, Mr. Economides. But I'm like doing this because the comments are hidden behind all the wires. I really should sort that out. Let me sort that out. My video editor edits all of me talking to you out of the video, and he just loves it. I'm joking. Shout out to Abdul, who's going to edit this video for me and is an absolute legend. Right, I can't make that smaller. We're just going to leave it as it is. But hey, guys, good to have you with me. Right, so make.com is an automation tool. We're going to use that today. The other thing that we're going to use is Airtable. Are you using Airtable yet? If you're not, it's just going to be the best thing you've ever discovered. I love Airtable since they've got all the AI stuff in it. It's really, really fun. And we are going to use WhatsApp. We're going to get you a new WhatsApp number today. And we're going to create that on Meta. So you kind of need like a Meta business suite. So if you've got a business page, perfect. If you haven't, you'll need one. You'll need to set one up. And then that's kind of about it. The only other thing that we need is your brain. And well, I know you've got that. So we don't need to gather that together. We can just be using that on the go. So firstly, what I'm going to do is walk you through kind of how my thinker works. I call it the thinker. That's its name. It's the thinker. It started off being the ideas engine. It's been renamed the thinker. And you'll see in some places I call it ideas engine. And that's because once you rename things, it kind of breaks automations. So let me share my screen. I'm going to let you into my WhatsApp. Let's hope I don't get any inappropriate messages. Okay, let's do this. Okay, this is WhatsApp. I have this number that I have generated using Meta. And what I do is I send it messages. So I'm like, oh, this is a task. I need to book in the reveal call. A task. I need to create more knack posts. And then I also have ideas. So like I might send it an idea in the form of a voice note or just in the form of an idea. The way I differentiate between a task or an idea is if it's a task, I put the word task in front of it. And if it's an idea, I just say it. Now, I'm sending these messages and what happens is they all end up in, let me see if I can get to the right place. Here, they all end up in this tasks table. And they get organized into whether they're high, medium or low, etc. And if there's a due date, I give it a due date. And then essentially that's where all my tasks are. Now, here's the problem with having a huge task list is it is overwhelming to look at. What you're going to do is you are going to pick out the stuff that's a quick win, that's easy for you to implement really quickly. And you're going to do that. And you're going to avoid the stuff that's a bit scary, the stuff that if you were to do it, it would move the needle, but it's a big task. Actually, the easiest thing to do is go check my email inbox, write that post I was supposed to write, and send a message to someone I was supposed to send a message to. But planning that full day retreat that you want to run or putting a promotional post out that sells something, that gets put down and down and down the list and put off. And so that's what this system basically does, is it takes all of your tasks. And then what it does is it goes, okay, based on what's on my calendar, based on what my priorities are, This is the day that I am planning for you. And then it sends me a briefing and it says, Morning, boss. It's Thursday, the 12th of March, and your day is manageable. You've got 4 blocks of meetings totaling about 5 hours, leaving you with around 5.5 hours of proper working time. Not amazing, but workable if we're smart. And then it essentially just gives me the briefing. Now, it does this at 5 a.m. So at 5 a.m., I wake up at about 6. I've already got that WhatsApp message sat in my WhatsApp inbox, and I can lay in bed, which is like really bad, isn't it? Naughty. I should get up and have 10 minutes of journaling first. But no, I lay in bed and I'll have a look at what my day looks like. And then I could be mentally preparing for it as I go about my morning. Now, how this works then is that I'm sending these messages, they're ending up in Airtable. And the way they end up in Airtable is I have these scenarios that I've set up in Make. And so the first one is it takes all of my ideas and tasks and drops them into Airtable. The second one happens at 5 p.m. Sorry, 5 p.m. All of my tasks and ideas that I have dropped into Airtable over the course of the day, the ones that are ideas and not tasks, get run through my idea evaluation machine. And this agent has knowledge attached to it. So it knows about my business, it knows about my current priorities and who I am and all the rest of it. And it cross references that and it does a bit of perplexity research if needed. And then it basically updates Airtable and drops those ideas into my Airtable in a morning report for me. So these ideas, I haven't got any to clear at the moment. Let's go and add one in so you can see what it looks like. I should have done that earlier. View data, ideas inbox. Right. So this, you see, some of these are planned, some of these are parked, some of these are binned. Let's get one that's planned and let's change it to reviewed. And then what's going to happen is it is going to show up in my ideas inbox. So let's say I've had on the go, I've had loads of ideas. I've been to a conference or I've seen someone speak. And whilst I'm listening, instead of writing notes, I'm voice noting myself. Oh my God, I need to set this thing up. It's going to change my life. Or, oh my goodness, I've just had a great idea. We need to contact all 4,000 people on this list and tell them about this thing over here, or, whatever it is. I had this idea that came to me after I was talking to a client of mine who uses this Clarity Microsoft heat map tool, which is free, by the way, and it's really cool. And I wanted to basically get Claude Cowork to just install it on all my websites for me. And so I put it in the ideas inbox. Now, I could put that in as a task. If I put it in as a task, it just ends up in the task list with all the tasks. If I don't write task, it goes in as an idea. And what that means is that in the morning report, I then have my AI agent's, can we call it an opinion? It's a robot. It doesn't have an opinion, but it's strategic thinking on whether I should do this or not. So in terms of effort, it's a quick win. Revenue potential, it's indirect. Does it give me a green light, an orange light, a red light? And then what does it think in terms of strategic alignment? And then it gives me the reasoning on why it's come up with this. And it also summarizes my rambling for me, because God knows I do that a bit, and just gives me a quick one-liner of what this idea is. So I can review it and I can go, okay, am I gonna do it? Okay, yeah, approved. I'm gonna do it. And so what it's then gonna do is it's in step 3 of no, that's not it. So let's go back out here. I then have step 3. Hold, please, caller. Which takes that approved idea and it turns it into project and tasks and then drops that back into Airtable. So now we have, under the project view, we have a new project, right? Record strategy lab landing page video as an example. And then it's created loads of tasks for me. It's decided whether they're critical, high, medium, or low. And all of those tasks are sat there ready for me to do. Then what happens after that is step 4, which is creating a success day. Now, just before we get on to success day, just to let you know, step 1, the ideas to tasks, this happens at 5 p.m. every day, the way I have it set up. 5 p.m. every day, all of my ideas and tasks are dumped into Airtable. At 10 p.m., my ideas are evaluated and then put into my morning report. And then I can go and have a look at those ideas and I can turn them into, I can approve them. And then what happens is that the ideas are turned into projects and tasks. Now, here's where it gets really juicy, my friends, is that once we've got all of those thoughts, those ideas, all of that chaos just organized in an Airtable. By the way, I do not want to like run my life from a spreadsheet. I find the idea of that just ugh. So I've got this thing called a success day builder. Now, let me just explain to you what a success day is, and then I'll show you what the builder is. So a success day is where you look at your calendar and your available hours, and you look at your brain dump or your big list of things that needs doing, and you evaluate what's the priority based on what I need to do right now, and then what have I got time to chip away at, and then you take those priorities and you put them on today's list and you carve out, what does success look like for me today? That's what I call a success day. It's basically designing your workload for the day, in short. There is a second part to it, which is then you design what you want to do with your own time as well. Are you going to the gym? Are you going out with friends? Are you cooking what you're cooking? Are you reading what you're reading? You know, you start thinking about life design and all that kind of stuff. But for the purpose of this, we're just going to make it about the work day and just keep it simple because it's already complicated enough, let's be honest. So what the agent now does is it takes the full Airtable into consideration. So this is the agent down here that is going to make, and if you're looking at this going, oh my God, I don't understand what you're showing me, don't worry. I'm going to walk you through every step. I'm just giving you high level bird's eye view so you understand the system that I'm going to walk you through in more detail in a minute. This agent, what it is doing is it's got the knowledge of who I am, what my business is, what my current priorities are, who my ideal client is, what my goals are, etc. And it's also got access to the full Airtable that I've just shown you with all the ideas and the projects and the tasks and everything. And it's got access to my ritual tasks. So ritual tasks are things that happen every day or week to keep the business going. So for instance, to promote the marketing strategy show, I have to do a few things every week, and those things become rituals because they're non-negotiable, non-variable tasks that happen every week. They're the kind of things you want to outsource to an assistant when you can. It's also things like doing your cash flow forecast, checking in with your clients, those kind of things, your rituals that keep the wheels turning. And so it reads all my tasks, it reads my ritual tasks, it looks at my calendar to see if I'm free or busy or how much time I've got. And then it basically evaluates what it thinks I should be working on. And it creates me a success day by putting things into the success day view by just selecting yes under the success day field, which I'll show you shortly. And then it sends me a WhatsApp message with with its reasoning, as I showed you earlier, saying, morning, boss, it's Thursday, the 12th of March, and your day is manageable. And that is my day planned for me. And where I see that in Airtable is it is here under success day. I've got the message that I received this morning from the thinker, and I've got the tasks that are laid out in front of me. And then all I need to do, send email to rebellious list, done. Tick it off, it disappears from my task, my task list. And that is my day. And oh my God, when you tick all those things off and this day becomes clear, Jesus Lord, that is satisfying. But you know what else is really cool about this? If you don't, let's say you didn't actually get to sit down at the laptop at all today. It just didn't happen. If the success day thing was created for you and all of these tasks were put here and then emergency or, oh, you decided to give yourself a day off, it doesn't matter, because what happens is the thinker in the evening, and like the next time you run this, this first step is to come to Airtable and it reads the tasks and the ritual tasks and it sees what you've done and what you haven't done. And it basically wipes the whole slate clean, leaving everything apart from incompleted ritual tasks and basically wiping that whole slate clean. And then goes into this section here where it then does a new success day for you. So that is, in bird's eye view, the system. And let me just walk you through it like this, just to give you a bird's eye view. By the way, this map is available inside the strategy lab for you to download and just like follow through. If you don't know what the strategy lab is, it's the community I'm building where I'm giving you resources to help you implement these strategies every single week. And there's a link to it in the description of this video, so go check that out. But just to walk you through it. So first things first, you voice note or send a text message to the telephone number that is earmarked for your thinker. There is a little thing in that make scenario that knows that that message has come in from your number and what to do with it. Is it a task? Is it a idea? And also, if it's a voice note, it can transcribe it. And if it's a text message, it can just pass it to where it needs to go. So that's what it's going to go. Is it voice or text? And if it's a voice note, it's going to transcribe it with OpenAI's Whisper, which is ChatGPT transcribing tool. And if it's a text message, it's just going to extract the text. And then it's going to know if it's a task because you've started the voice note with the word task or the text with the word task. And if it doesn't have the word task, it's going to assume it's an idea. And so that idea is going to land up in the Airtable ready for you to review it. It's going to add the agent, which is step 2, is going to take the idea from Airtable and it's going to evaluate it for you. And then it's going to put it into your morning report and you're going to review it. If it's just a task, it's going to give you a rewrite just in case you were rambly and just drop it in the tasks table for you. So the evaluation of the ideas is step 2. It's going to pull the new ideas from the table that haven't been reviewed yet. And the AI agent is going to have a look at those ideas, evaluate them, and then it's going to drop them into the morning report, which is your ideas inbox for you. And you will then have a look at those and decide whether you want to do it, whether you want to bin it, park it, and what you want to do with it. If you decide that you approve it and you're like, okay, you've opened the report and you're like, yeah, I approve it, then what's going to happen is it's going to turn that idea. When it sees approved ideas, it's going to take the idea and it's going to run it through the engine, turn that idea into a project and tasks. And then scenario 4 is at 5 a.m. every day. It's going to look at all of your projects, all of your tasks, everything that's there. And it's going to clear yesterday's decks. It's going to have a look at today's Google Calendar and it's going to build you a success day. And on that success day, there's going to be the hairy, Mary, scary shit that you would have avoided if you didn't have someone telling you what you need to do, what you need to focus on. And do you know what I love about this? This is one of the reasons why we go hire a coach. This is one of the reasons why we go talk, like we go to masterminds, we go talk to people, because we play it safe and we play a small game when we're on our own. And this is going to just give you that push to work on the stuff that you're putting off. And then you basically just go tick those tasks on. So that is what we're building today. Let me know. Have you got any questions? Does that sound a bit exciting? If you're quite techie, you're like, oh my God, this is the system I've needed my whole life. Especially if you're a bit chaotic, you have ideas on the go, you're passionate, you're full of ideas. And then it's just a case of organizing yourself. This is the system you've been missing your whole life. It's a system I was missing my whole life. if you're scared of the tech, don't worry. I'm going to walk you through everything. And off the back of today's show, I have built something that enables you to just install everything that I've built into your computer so it can just run without you needing to build from scratch. And so I'll show you what that is shortly. Let me just check in with you guys. Okay, Jason hasn't used Airtable really, but the one time someone shared an Airtable with me, it blew my mind. Yeah, it's a thinkathon. I love that. It's a thinkathon. And Jason, you are somebody who is on the go, going to talks, like networking with really amazing people. Like, for instance, we have a mastermind that we're both at this Thursday. There might be some really good ideas that come out of that mastermind. And instead of you writing notes that you need to come back to, you're just WhatsApping your thinker. You're just going, oh, idea, I could implement this thing. And then your thinker's going to go, Jason, I don't think that's a good idea because right now you're writing a book and that is your priority. And if you start launching a rocket launcher business over here because you think it's a good idea, this is going to take you away from all your goals. Don't do it. And it's really helpful because it tells you that what you are proposing you work on next is going to take you away. And so if you're shiny object syndrome person, shiny object syndrome is brilliant. Why does it have such a negative connotation? It means you have ideas. It means you're enthusiastic. It means you act on those ideas. And quite honestly, that is the difference between somebody who plods along and somebody that gets shit done, moves things forward, and ends up building a flipping empire. I love shiny object syndrome, but we just need to sometimes be realistic about what of those shiny objects is taking us to and what is taking us away. And the reason being is because we're quite human. And in being quite human, what we do is we avoid shit. We avoid it and we justify why we're avoiding it all the time. And so this is going to enable you to essentially, stop avoiding stuff. Okay, let's get into it, guys. I'm going to open this up and we're going to just start building it out. So that's the map. This map is inside the strategy lab for you. Why is it not letting me click on the next thing? There we go. Right, let's start building, shall we? So step 1, ideas and tasks to Airtable template. 29 records waiting in the queue. Okay, we don't want the queue. We'll just ignore that. So this here is the first module that we're going to set up. And this is missed a step. I flipping missed a step. Sorry. First things first, we need Airtable. Now, I am going to, in today's download that I've got for you, by the way, if you want it now, and you can just go grab it and start building along. No, that's not it. The thinker, I've put everything templated for you to download, including this Airtable, including all of the scenarios. So they're all there. I'm going to come back. I think if Jennifer's watching, she's going to put a link in the chat for you guys. I'm going to close the QR code and just have a look at the link in the chat. But that the thinker, you can download absolutely everything. If you don't want to grab that, then you can just follow along and build this with me from scratch by taking screenshots and just like having a look at how I've done this. So we've got this table here that is split with a few tables on one Airtable. So we've got ideas inbox, projects, tasks, ritual tasks, your success day, and MPA. We can ignore that, actually. That's something that we're going to be looking at next week. So ideas inbox is where you have essentially all of the ideas, the one that when you WhatsApp, you don't have task written in front of it, are going to get dropped into your ideas inbox. The tasks, the one that has task written in front of it, are going to be dropped into the task folder here. And then the AI system is going to create projects for you. You can create your own if you want. I have a couple of custom ones like client work and 100 members in a membership, or that kind of thing. So you can make your own projects, but also the AI system is going to make projects for you. And then in terms of the ritual tasks, these are the things that happen every week or every month Let me show you what my ritual tasks look like on a filled out thing. Let's look at view data, ritual tasks. I have them split out in terms of like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So you can see I've got cash flow forecast. I've got to turn on a timer somewhere. I need to practice my cold open for the marketing strategy show. All of these things are things that happen every week that I need to do. They are my rituals. Yeah, there's stuff about the network. There's things that need to happen for that. And so anything that's a ritual, you don't want to be trying to remember these things every week, man. If they happen on a regular basis, get them down. They are rituals. Get them down under the days of the week of when they happen. And if they happen monthly, just get them down monthly and put like when the next due. So that's what we're doing with that ritual task table. And then we've got success date. This is just basically where your briefs are going to get dropped, because we're going to need that, because we have an interface set up, and that is this, where you can then see the morning report, the success day, the brain dump. And so in the success day interface, it is pulling through today's brief. It's filtered by the fact that it's today, but it's pulling it through from the success day on the data page, which is here. Why are you not clicking? There, so it will be there. And the MPA is money producing activities. That's what we're doing on next week's show. I'm going to be walking you through Money Hour, which is an addition to this that takes it to the moon, let me tell you. Okay, so there we have it. So that is your table. Once that is set up and you've got these fields in place, there's quite a few fields here, but it's all on that downloadable. Essentially, we were going to just go and build this out in Make. So step one, we need a WhatsApp number to message. And that WhatsApp number needs to be a Meta WhatsApp number that you create online, not one that you've got associated with your SIM card. Your normal telephone number with your phone that you basically set up a WhatsApp account. Not that. That doesn't work for this. We need to go and get a free WhatsApp number from Meta. So basically, we just need to come to Meta WhatsApp Manager, and we need to click on Add a phone number. And just following these steps, you're going to create a new WhatsApp telephone number for your WhatsApp business account. Now, if you don't have a business account with Meta, to get one, you just need to create a business page, and then you'll be able to. But that WhatsApp number, having that is going to be really awesome, because then you can set that up to text things and use that number inside Make. And I'm sure once you've set this up once, you'll think of so many other use cases for this. It's going to be really, really helpful for you in terms of automations. One of the real pulls of, what's it called? I always forget what it's called. OpenClaw, which, by the way, is really dangerous and not recommended, in the sense that it's an AI that sits in your computer, has access to absolutely everything, and all you need to do is accidentally have a bit of malware by downloading one of its apps or something that's got malware in it, and a lot of them do, and all your data's gone. Bank accounts, crypto accounts, all of it's cleared, and you're wishing you never installed it. All of your business contacts have been emailed, porn or something. I don't know. Just don't risk it, guys. So that was one of the coolest things about it, is that you can WhatsApp it and tell it to do stuff. Well, you can do it with Claude as well, because we're going to be using Claude inside Make as our agent. So you're going to set up a WhatsApp number in here, choose your business category, it doesn't really matter so much. And it's just going to basically give you a number that looks a little bit like this. So here is my WhatsApp number that I made earlier. Now, inside here, then, you basically set this up by creating a webhook, and you go add, and you're going to add a new WhatsApp number, give it the name that you want. And then in terms of events, you're going to choose probably select all and then save. And it's going to connect to Meta, and you're going to set that number up. Now, what this means then is that I can send this number a text message. And let me just change this here. 477. I'll explain what this is in a second. Bear with. 077 375063957. That's that. I don't know whose number that is, guys. Just don't even pay any attention. Right. So that is that's my business WhatsApp number, the one that I use with clients, and it's one that I want a message from. So if I save this, what's going to happen is if I send this WhatsApp number a message, this filter is going to only let ones that come from this number into this workflow. So let's test it. Oh, yeah. Wait for new data. Right. Let's come to WhatsApp. Task, test. And it should come through any minute now. If it doesn't, I've got a better idea. We might need to get the message ready to go. Task, test, and then we can stop, run once, wait for new data, and run, send. Ah! Whew. Right, is it going to work? Come on. It should work. I've set up a new, it might be because I just messed about with that. I just messed about with that account to show you. Let's try one more time. And this is good because it means I can show you what happens when things break live and how I would deal with it. Okay, well, I have also just made this new one. So let me go through and do this from scratch and we'll make sure that it's working. So in terms of this, we've got this connection here. It should be already connected. Let me just click on this, make sure these are all selected, press save, and then try that one more time. It's now saying there's a problem. Cannot read properties of null reading device. Oh, it's always when you go live that things just, oh, there we go. Save. Let's try one more time. I promise this is normally just works just fine. It's not picking that up for some reason. Why is it not letting me edit it? Right, let me go and show you in the other one. Discard changes. Let's try one more time. I'm one of these people where I'm like determined to make things work when they're not. Maybe I need to add a new one. Right, let's call it new hook because let's just call it a new hook. So what this is doing is it's creating a webhook with, oh, there we go. It's this number, my new number. Okay, that's, so because I've created a template version for you guys, I'm not using my usual one to show you this. I'm not realizing that it wasn't connected. So this should now work, she says, wishful thinking. Okay, save. Let's try one more time. Task, test. Hooray! There we go. So here it was. It came in and we can see that it's had a message which says task test, right? So that is basically what it does, is it watches and waits for those messages to come in all the time. Now, I've put the number in here wrong. 07375063957. I don't know why. Oh, it's because I was not supposed to put it to that number. I've got a different number. I was actually trying to make life easier for myself by changing it to another number. Right. 447 903 676 452. Right, this is a different number. Get rid of that. 447 903 676 452. Save. Save. Okay, right. Now, if we put task and temp, what's going to happen is, because that's the number I'm sending from, it is going to pass through that filter. And there we go. So what's happened is it has passed through this filter, and it knows that it is a text message over a voice note because of the type of thing that it is. And because of that, that's then come up to through text messages, and it's been not gone through here because these have got filters on. So this one is message type equal to audio, and this one is message type equal to text. And so with the message type equal to text, it's come up here. Now it wants to know, is it a task or is it an idea? So we have another filter here. If it starts with task, and I've said it's case insensitive here, but I've also just done it with different cases just in case, in different ways, because I don't want to be caught out. So if it says task at the beginning, if it starts with task, it goes up here, and then this Anthropic Claude is just a quick prompt with Sonnet 4.6 that gets me to rewrite that in a clear and concise way, and then it gets dropped into Airtable. Now, it's been dropped into my original Airtable. So what you're going to do is, when you've got your Airtable connected to this, you're going to click on this and you're going to change it to your Airtable. And the one that we are looking for is Thinker, the Thinker copy. And we want it to be dropped into tasks, and everything else. You don't need to touch anything. If you get the downloads, you can just keep all of that exactly the same. So we've got the WhatsApp. It's going to come up here. Now you've got you don't have to have this Anthropic Claude. I just like it to rewrite it just in case I've been really vague and weird, and it just gives me a nice, concise rewrite. And if it's an idea, it's going to be saved to Airtable in the ideas inbox. So let's come up with it. Let's do a new one, and we're going to go task. I need to edit the video from Tuesday, whatever. I'm going to send that one in. We're going to run once, and I'm going to send that one in, and then boom, that should now be in Airtable, in the right Airtable, which is this one under tasks. And here it is, task, edit the video from Tuesday. And that's been dropped into here. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? So now that's set up, we can send all our ideas, and we can send all our, tasks and everything that we want to do on the go. And it's all going to get organized into here. If it's an idea, I want to start a new show called The Marketing. In fact, I'm going to voice note. Let's try a different method. I want to start a new show. Oh, is this thing on? I want to start a new show called The Marketing Strategy Show that will teach marketing strategies to business owners who want to build and grow a warm and mighty audience online. Right, that voice note has been sent to my Thinker before I turned it on, which is really flipping annoying. Why do I do that? What I can do though is I can use the previous data. Where have you gone? Right, here we go. Let's go back to this, and let's go run once, use existing data. Okay, so it's got voice. It knows that's a voice note. So it's now come down the voice note thing. And we have OpenAI set up here, and we've got the OpenAI connection already connected. So you need to get an API account with OpenAI, and you just basically search for OpenAI API, and you come to the API platform and create an account if you haven't got one already, or just log in. and essentially you will buy credits, and it's so cheap. Like, it's to run it once, it's like a penny or half a penny or something. So you might put £10 in credit, but then you're not going to spend it for, not going to spend it all very quickly. Um, but that's how you set that up. And so we've got that connected, and it's connected to um, this is Whisper, and we've got the model Whisper One general purpose speech recognition model. So we've got that here as the WhatsApp downloader media. We've got a module here that's downloading that voice note from WhatsApp and then passing it through OpenAI Whisper to transcribe it. And then that transcription it's gonna know, is this a task? Because does it start with the word task? No, it started with, is this thing on? Or fallback, if it doesn't start with task, it's going to be idea, and it's going to drop down into the Airtable, and it's not going to be on the task table now because it's an idea. It's going to be in the ideas inbox, and it should be there, but it's not because I've currently got it linked to my actual one. So it'll be here somewhere. Here it is. Is this thing on? I want to start a new show called the Marketing Strategy Show that will teach marketing strategies to business owners, blah, blah, blah. So look, this is here, and it's new. Yeah. And it's gone through twice because it's gone through my actual thinker as well. And plus the one that we're doing, the template one. But it's now sat as new. And what that means is scenario number 2 in Make. These are called scenarios. This is a scenario. So this is step 1. Step 2 is going to be looking for the ones that are marked new, and then going to evaluate that idea and tell me whether it thinks I should do it or not. It's going to be like, have you got dementia? You already have a show called the Marketing Strategy Show. What are you talking about? And that'd be fun to read. So yeah, so that's how this scenario works. So it's kind of split into different routes. The first route splitter is it a text message or a voice note? Inside the text message, it's split into, is it a task or an idea? And then it's put into the relevant places so that it's sat there in Airtable waiting for the next scenario to do the next job. Then we go into step 2 then. And step 2 is ideas to evaluation. So it is going to search for records that have the status new. And it's going to do that every day at 5 p.m. unless you decide to change the schedule. You'd be welcome to. It's going to do that every day at 5 p.m. It's going to search for those records. And then you've got this agent. Now, these agents in Make are really cool. They're new. It's a new thing. And they are brilliant because you can actually talk with them without running it. There's like a plus button here. You can have a chat with it and just chat with your agent to just check that it's going to do what you want it to do. You can connect tools to it by pressing this plus button here and add a tool. So you can add Google Sheets, you can add AI tools, you can add all sorts of things to it. And what I've got connected to it is knowledge. So the knowledge base, these are a load of documents that I have created and uploaded into it. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. And also Perplexity, because Perplexity is a really cool research tool, which I love. And it's really helpful sometimes to have a bit of a research tool attached to this, because what it's doing is it's taking your idea and it's evaluating whether it's a good idea or not. And it may be that the agent wants to just check, is this topical? Is this a good thing to be doing right now? And if it's got access to tools where it can go and do that research and check on that, then that is going to be really helpful. It doesn't use that Perplexity tool very often, but it's there just in case it needs it. So it's not like everything is being run through that. The idea of giving your agent tools is you let it decide what to use and how to use it based on what the task is. So the way you set it up is by first choosing the model. Now I'm using Sonnet 4.5 because they don't have Sonnet 4.6 in here yet. And Opus 4.5 and 6 are both incredibly expensive. We were just eating so many credits by using Opus 4.5. So we have switched to Sonnet. And we have the prompt here, which is basically just the instructions of what you want the agent to do, and then the input of what the variables are. So that the input is the things that will change each time. So if you don't have any variables, generally, it could be that the input is just today's date for reference. But in this case, we're giving it an idea. And we've got this information on the Airtable already because it's searching for that record. It's going to pull through what that idea is. I want to set up a system where it's automated that blah, blah, blah. That's a voice note. And the status is that it's new. I don't know why it needs to know whether it was a voice note or not. It's kind of pointless, to be fair. Let's take that out. It doesn't need to be there. So just the idea and when it was submitted, just for relevance, I guess. And then so it's going to basically... You are Cordelia's strategic research agent. Your job is to evaluate business ideas submitted by Cordelia and provide clear, honest, actionable recommendations, how to evaluate, whether it's strategically aligned, whether it's a good fit for the business, effort versus impact. Are there any conflicts? What are the revenue implications of the task? What about timings with like current commitments? Is this a good time, a bad time, etc.? And then what it's going to do is it's going to output essentially it's going to output its reasoning for scoring it on all of those things and give me a summary of the idea and tell me whether it thinks it is a good idea or not and for what reasons. So that's what that's going to do. And then it's going to output that into Airtable and it's going to put it into the ideas inbox. It's going to put all of its summary and everything in here. And it's then going to tell me, it's going to change that status from new to reviewed. Because if you don't change the status and it stays new, it'll just keep doing the same one over and over and over again. So we have to change the status. That's really important so that it's not going to pick that up when it searches for records next time. And also so that it now gets put in the right place. This status is really a way for us to make sure every task or every idea is put in the right place because it's all based on that. So now it's reviewed. What's going to happen is that inside here in the idea machine, it will be from new to reviewed, and then it will sit inside the interface in the morning report as an idea that needs to be reviewed. Yeah. So coming back into here, we've got one that we can run. I'm going to go into, it's going to pull 20 at a time. I'm going to just get it to pull one for now. And let's just get it to manipulate which one we want it to pull. Let's get it to pull the one about starting a marketing strategy show. Sorry, bear with me whilst I just set that up. I'm going into data and then going into ideas inbox. We're going to ignore that. Let's just get rid of it. And we've got two of those and they're exactly the same. So that's fine. Right, so let's run it and see what happens. So the agent is thinking, and you'll see in a second that it's going to consult the knowledge files. Now, what I've got inside the knowledge files is I have a document on who my ideal client is, what they want, what they need, what keeps them up at night, all the usual ideal client information that's going to enable the agent to make sure that it understands who my people are. It's also got access to a kind of a one-pager about my business, what my products are, what my business does. It knows my current priorities and goals. There's a document called Priorities and Goals that I edit on a monthly basis. I keep it updated. And there's also one, I've got two businesses. So I've got one for each business, one for current priorities and goals, one for who my ideal client is. And then I have I've got one that's just got backlog of a load of Cordelia stuff. So every transcript from every video I do gets put into a file that gets put into the knowledge base. But you don't really need that for this. I would say the four that you need is about your business, your ideal client, your current priorities and goals. And the only reason why I said 4 is because if you've got 2 businesses, you'd have 1 for each. If you don't, you'd have 3. And there we go. So let's see what this has done. That has now dropped that into the idea machine and it's changed it to reviewed. So if I now look at the interfaces, at the morning report, we've got an idea ready for me to review. Oh, is this thing on? I want to start a new show called the Marketing Strategy Show. Right, it's it said bin it, unclear, effort estimate is a major project. It's given me 1 star. This isn't a new idea. The Marketing Strategy Show already exists, and it's literally described as the centerpiece of your entire content ecosystem for connection marketing. According to your business documentation, it's a weekly live show that teaches business owners marketing strategy with human over AI positioning. Blah blah blah. So it's called my bluff. But if it was a good idea and it was strategically aligned to your priorities, it would be like, oh my God, that's a fantastic idea. You should do this. Green light. It would say green light. It would say that its revenue potential was direct or indirect, whether it was a quick win or it was going to take half a day or a week, or, this one is obviously major project, and it give you a number of stars on strategic alignment. Yeah. So it's just basically gone, meh, you're trying to trick me. I'm not having it. So that's cool. So then once what we do then is then in here, so if we go, okay, well, reviewed, okay, I'm going to approve this idea. This is now going to be picked up by step 3. So the only other thing we're going to go and look at step 3 in a minute. The only other thing I just want to briefly show you is this. There may be loads and loads of ideas that you've had all of a sudden. So I like to leave this at a limit of 20, because you're not going to have more than 20 ideas probably, unless you're at AdCon and you were really paying attention. Then maybe you had loads of ideas, and great. But you probably won't have more than 20 ideas. So that's sitting at 20. If you've got more than 20, it'll just get 20 in one batch, and then it'll come and get more the next day. It'll do 20 at a time. You can increase that number of 20. You can decrease it as well if you want to. But the important thing to note here is this make agent can get overloaded. And so if it's running 20 times, we want a sleep module here. So this sleep module is basically just a delay for 60 seconds, so that it goes through and does one once, drops one in Airtable, and then it sleeps for 60 seconds. And then it pushes the second one through, and then it sleeps for 60 seconds, just to enable it to not crash out. And then in here, in the knowledge files, I've got current priorities, audience profile. Oh, brand positioning. Forgot about that one. And then I've got connection marketing, which is one of my companies, and rebellious business, which is another one of my companies. And then also the make agent Cordelia Take. This is a TXT file with every transcript from every marketing strategy show episode that I've done, all dumped into one file and then put in here as a knowledge file. So it's got the context of what I'm about and who I am, in case it wants it. But it's not relevant for you to have that for this. I just have it there because I've got it anyway. Might as well tick it. Where you upload files into this is you just click upload files, and my recommendation is that you upload TXT files, not PDFs, because with TXT files you can amend them, whereas with PDFs you have to overwrite them. So yeah, it just means that you can easily add bits to the bottom without having to overwrite the whole thing. Okay, so that's step 2. Let's jump into step 3. She says, with buttons that aren't buttoning. Why isn't it? Let's click there. Right, thinker templates. Step 3. Okay, so step 3, a reminder for you, is when 10 p.m. it then goes and has a look at the ideas you have approved. So it's going to come into this idea inbox. It's going to see that you've approved things from the ideas inbox. On this data table, it'll be here, an idea inbox. It's going to look for anything that's been approved. Yeah, so we've got 2 here that have been approved. So what it's going to do then is it's going to basically run that idea through this process. Just going to pick it up and it's going to, we've got another agent, it's Sonnet 4.5 again. And actually that bit there is supposed to start here. Right, project creation instructions. Your role. You are Cordelia's project planning agent. Your task is to take an approved business idea and convert it into a structured, actionable project plan. And then basically it's going to take that idea and it's going to give it a project, decide whether it is like critical or not. And it's going to map all of that out, but then it's also going to chunk it into tasks. So as many tasks as it thinks I need, and then spit them out. It's going to create, we're then going to create that record in Airtable. We're going to create a project first, and then it's going to update the original idea inbox to say that this has now been planned. And then we have this thing called an iterator that then takes multiple records and splits it up. So it's going to run once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and as many times as it needs to until all the ideas are done. So what it's doing after the iterator step is it's creating a record, and that record is for the task. So we've got the task, and then it's going to be linked to the right project and the priority, and all of these are mapped from this output inside the iterator. The iterator is grabbing the JSON response. So all of the tasks, the big bundle of tasks, is in JSON, which is code, and it's then separating that out into individual pieces. It's passing that JSON and separating it out. Well, the JSON's already passed, but anyway, it's taking that and it's separating it out into different pieces. And so then it's dropping it into Airtable. So we've got the task name, the priority, how long it's roughly going to take, it thinks, and then what the linked project is. And it's going to do that for every single task so that eventually they are all sitting inside your task table like this. And you'll see like this one here, build testimonial screenshot system. We've got this project is linked to all 3 of those tasks, and maybe even more. If we've got a view here where we can look at things by project. We've got AI powered landing page split test. You see, it's that idea that I've had where I'm going to just get Claude to create a split test for a landing page that I've got. It's just split that down into, I don't know, like what's that, 13-ish, maybe 14 probably. Is it 14? 14 tasks. 13 was a good guess. So we've got 14 tasks. Now you might look at some of these and be like, oh, that's overkill. That's great. You just get the dopamine hit for ticking it off. Happy days. But, as you go through, you then at least it breaks it down and you haven't got that as a task. The AI powered landing page split test, that could be a task, but if it's going to take half a day, you're going to have to find half a day for it. Whereas if you chunk it down into bits, then you can do a little bit at a time, and then it's easy to do it over a few days with the like half an hour you've got here and the half an hour you've got there. So that is all of your ideas and and tasks, all of your ideas and tasks now organized inside Airtable. And then it's like, okay, great. That's great. But now I've got to go and look at all of that. And it's going to give me a headache. And I've got to look at it and go, oh God, what do I want to work on next? And that's going to rely on my avoidant human brain to pick things out. So instead of doing that, we're going to use the Success Day Builder. Now, how the Success Day Builder works is it looks at what was on your success day yesterday for a start. It reads, it's got a skill here for reading tasks, reading ritual tasks, and then updating those tasks and ritual tasks. And its job is to clear the decks. You are your name's daily reset assistant. Every morning, your first job is to clear yesterday's success day, so the planning agent starts with a clean slate. Task 1, look at the ritual task from yesterday. They will have the success day field marked as yes. For each one, check the done field. So we have, by the way, just to let you know, inside here, we have a done field and a success day field. If something is done, it disappears. If it is selected success day, then it shows up on the success day interface. Why is things not clicking properly? There we go. Success day. What? Okay, it's loading. Be patient, Cordelia. Patience is a virtue, so they say. Here we go. Right, success day. And it will show up on here. So anything that has been basically ticked with success day will show up on here. And if I don't want to do it, if I'm like, decided I'm not doing that, I can just remove it from success day by selecting a blank option, and it will take it out of my success day. Yeah. So that's how that works. So in the make scenario, it's looking at the stuff that is marked success day and is also ticked or not ticked. So if it's marked success day and it's been done, that's great. But you're going to, for the ritual tasks, you're going to untick it because it will be done again. Whereas for the normal tasks, you won't untick it because it's just a one-off task. It's not going to be done again. But the ritual tasks happen over and over again. So look at the ritual task from yesterday. They will have a success day field marked as yes. For each one, check the done field. If done, the task was completed. Change the success day from yes to cleared and change done to false or no. This resets the ritual task so that it can be used again tomorrow. If done is false or no, the task was not completed, leave it as it is, do not clear it, because there might be ritual tasks that you've got set for Monday that you never got done, and you want them to still be there on Tuesday. You don't want them to like not show up until next Monday again. You want them to still be there on Tuesday because you need to catch up. So that's going to leave those there. And then for normal tasks, for all other non-ritual tasks that have success day marked as yes, change success day to cleared, regardless of whether they have been done or not. Do not change the done field on normal tasks. These are one-off tasks that do not repeat. After clearing, explain which tasks you have cleared and why. The reason why we have this, by the way, this commentary, it's going to basically tell us what it's done and why, so that if there's a problem or it's acting weird, you can actually have a look at what it did. I'll show you on an actual run. So we've got the thinker, and then we've got success day builder and history. And let's say this one, I'm like, oh, it did something weird. Then I can come and have a look at it. And you can see where it's got a 1, that means it ran. And what you can do is you can see its output. So you can click on agent's response and it tells you here what it did. It was like, I did this and I did that and and blah, blah, blah. Total task cleared 6, ritual task reset 3 tasks, normal task cleared 3, tasks left for review, none. The deck is now clear and ready for the planning agent to allocate today's success day tasks. Yeah. So then what's happened is that it's then come down this second path, which is the second route, down to the next agent. And the agent has then created the success day. It's consulted one knowledge file. It's consulted the records for rituals and normal tasks. It's looked at my calendar, and it's basically come up with what it thinks I should do. And it's put it all here. This is the briefing that is then WhatsApped. So it comes down here, and it basically, what it does is it creates the record inside. Let's come out of this view into normal view diagram. Sorry, we were looking at the history run. So it comes down into Airtable, and it creates the briefing under success day. Do you remember I told you inside here in data, we've got all the success day briefings. They all come down like this. Yeah. And the reason being is in the interface on success day, which is the bit that we actually look at and we run our business from, the briefing is here. So if I didn't get the WhatsApp message for some reason, then it's here for me to have a look at. And by the way, you can only send a message to someone on Meta using WhatsApp if that person has messaged you in the last 24 hours. So if it's been a couple of days since you've sent it a task or an idea, it won't be able to send you the briefing. But if you have sent tasks and ideas to it, then it will be able to. So some days you might not get the WhatsApp message because you haven't messaged the thinker for a couple of days, but that's fine because you can just come and have a look inside Success Day. I really recommend as well having the interface set as a bookmark so that you, when you come to it and it looks like this rather than going into Airtable and looking at the data side of things, which looks like this. So we've got the data, which is all the tables, but then we've got interfaces, and interfaces is the bit that I've built that just makes it nice for you to look at, you know, like this, rather than having to come in and look at a table. So there we have it. Let's go back into this success day and just have a closer look at what it does. I'm going to go into the template one that I've built for you. And if you grab it is here. I'll pop that QR code up again. If you grab on this QR code, you will be able to download all 4 of these scenarios, plus get access to the Airtable, and also be able to follow the instructions that I've got written down on paper. I've got some videos coming as well that walk you through installing the whole thing on your end. Okay, so in terms of the Success Day Builder, think of templates. Just to walk you through how this looks, we've got it clears the decks. First agent clears the decks ready for the second agent who creates the Success Day. The knowledge files are the same ones as before. We've got the business, one about the business, the brand positioning, the audience profile, the current priorities. By the way, if you grab the Thinker download that I just spoke to you about, I have got a workbook template for all of those knowledge files for you so that you can create them for your own business. And then you would just upload them into here. Then it's going to create that Success Day. It's going to, number one, add the briefing into Airtable so it displays on the Success Day briefing for you. And then it's going to update your tasks and essentially just go and like hit Success Day on them. So they also show up on the Success Day briefing for you. And the same with ritual tasks. It's going to go and hit Success Day on all the ones it wants on your briefing for you. And then it's going to send you a WhatsApp message. So long as you have messaged it in the last 24 hours, you will then get that message come into your inbox, which looks like this. And I have mine running Saturday and Sunday as well. Like I get one on a Saturday and Sunday and it doesn't seem to understand that it's a weekend and blah, blah, blah. You can change that in your settings for it. I do that because sometimes I just work on a Saturday or Sunday like any other day, and it's going to wipe the decks clear if I don't. You know, it doesn't matter if I haven't got anything done. It just wipes it for me and does it again the next day. Every day is a fresh day. There's no guilt tripping. If I haven't managed to do everything I said I was going to do yesterday, it's no big deal. It's all good. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the system that's then going to essentially build you a success day every single day of the week and enable you to be on top of things, be getting through the important stuff, and be working on the things that's going to move the needle, and also enable you to have a place where you're storing all those ideas and have someone or something even systemize and organize whether, number one, those ideas should be done in the first place, and number two, where to put them. There was recently I really want to write a book. With everything I've currently got going on, the thinker was like, park it. Here's all the reasons why I think you should park this book right now, even though it's topical and it might be really good. These are all the reasons. And then I make the final decision. Do I want to park it, or do I actually want to just override that and go with it? If I wanted to go with it, it's then going to take a book idea and chunk it into a project and tasks for me so that I can start eating that elephant one bite at a time. And that is just the coolest thing in the world. I'm really, really just so it's changed. It is honestly just changed my life in the sense that I am working on the important stuff every day, and I'm working on the stuff that's a bit scary as well. And next week, as I said, I'm going to walk you through some money producing activities tasks that now I've got this system in place. I can then build on that with Claude, and there's something really cool that I'm going to walk you through next week. But yeah, so look, you just watched me build the entire thing. You've seen the 4 scenarios, hopefully not confused as hell, and you can maybe build it yourself. But if you're thinking, that's brilliant, I'm going to build that, but it looks complicated, I know it's going to take me half a year, that is why I have got the thinker for you. All ready for you to basically install into Make. And all you need to do is create a Make account, and then you just import the scenarios into Make. I've got the templates for you so that you can make those knowledge files for your business. And once you start using Make, you just need one project like this to get you started with using Make. It is going to change your life. It is the best automation tool that I've ever come across. I do not have an affiliate link for it. I was not organized enough to create one, but I'm telling you, it's really, really good, because what it does is it automates in a way that enables you to bake in AI, which is really powerful for so many different things. As you can see, this thinker machine is pretty powerful. So imagine what else you could create with it. But if you're new to stuff like this, you just need to make something on it so that you can learn how it works. And this is a really good example of something that you could make with it. So yeah, there we go. And of course, you've got all 4 scenarios, the Airtable in there. I've got a full walkthrough for you so that you can go through that and implement it easily step by step. And you've got the AI prompts and all of it in there, just to make it really, really easy. And also there's walkthrough videos coming soon as well, so that you can just voice note on the go to yourself and all of your thoughts be organized. There we have it. Does anyone have any questions before I wrap up? That was a lot. That was a big session. What time are we on? Wow. Okay. 12:20. Cool beans. I want to make this smaller so I can actually see. Let me just do that. That link takes us to the school group. Oh no, damn it. That's the wrong link then. It's /thinker. This is the link. That's the link. CordeliaKate.com/thinker. Called your bluff. Yes, it did call my bluff, Mark. It did. Nice. I couldn't see where to set the WhatsApp number up. So to set the WhatsApp number up, you go to WhatsApp Manager in Meta Business Suite. I'll get you the direct link to it. If I can share my screen again. Okay, so it's in here. I'll drop the link in the chat for you guys. So you come into there, and then you go phone numbers, and you basically add a phone number. So you want WhatsApp manager, and then phone numbers, and then you just basically add a phone number. and you just follow these steps to add a phone number. I hope that helps. Jennifer is saying, can I see this message? Yes, I can see the message. Is that, I answered the message. I'm confused. So is that it should be taking you to this link, cordeliakate.com/thinker. Yeah, where you can grab the thinker from here. So I hope I'm not missing something, but that's the link, cordeliakate.com/thinker. Any other questions? Any other questions? I think we're good then. All right. Well, let me go back on this screen a second so I can close this out properly. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I will keep coming back and checking for them and just get anything answered as we go along. Otherwise, I'll be back here next week for part 2 of this session, which is where we're going to now talk about how we can take what we've built here and think about money producing activities. Because imagine if you were doing money producing activities for an hour a day and those tasks were chosen for you and you were encouraged to do the stuff that scared you a little bit and keep moving forwards every day based on what your priorities are, what all your tasks and projects currently are, and which of those was going to drive the revenue for you. Imagine where you could be in a year's time. That's what we're going to be looking at next week when I take the thinker to the next level and show you how you can use it to generate a shit ton of money producing activities as well. In the meantime, let me know if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'm Cordelia Kate, and I will see you very